Yes, people, welcome back to the Gav Goes In podcast. Listen, you can see by the look on my face, United 2, Manchester City 1, Amad Diallo, the boy has arrived. He's arrived. I've been telling people about this guy. Listen, Amad Diallo, you know, he's had to bide his time. Now he's been given his chance. Won the penalty. Got the winner. The guy is special. Yeah. There's a reason in Italy they were calling him the Black Messi. Yeah. This guy is pure quality. He is pure quality. He's just won the game for United 2-1. 2-1 against Man City. Listen, where to start, man? Where to start? What? I'll be honest with you, the game weren't that great, if I'm honest, from a quality standpoint. But this Amad guy, I've been telling people, I told Lenz, I've been telling Alex, you see this guy, this Amad, yeah? On pure ability, yeah, there's not a better right winger in the league on pure ability. You know, people will tell me Saka and Salah because of numbers, but they ain't got the quality that Amad's got. Amad is just, he's so good. You know, this is a guy that was on loan at Sunderland, and they were saying he's the best player they've ever had at their club, at Sunderland on loan, you know. And the fact that Amad's at United now, listen, it's mad. It's mad. He's had to bide his time, yeah, and now he's announced. And what I like is that Amarim now, yeah, obviously we'll go through the news once Alex and Lenz come on, but Amarim now knows who his go-to guy is going to be, who's his guy, and that's Amad Diallo, and he's shown up. You know, I cannot believe it. I was thinking to myself, this game is going to be City 1-0, and obviously City needed to get the points as well because of the title race, and Amad's just stolen the show. You know, I can't express to tell you, man, how over the moon I am. Like this guy, Amad. I've been telling these guys about Amad. You know, Amad wasn't used under Ten Hag because Ten Hag doesn't like football. You know, and Amad's been given his starting berth under Amarim. And look at what he's produced. What a player! What a player, man. Yeah, man, it's just mad. It's just mad. But the game itself, you know, to be fair, I think obviously you got Man City who are in a dismal bit of form. I think that's what, 1 win in the last 11 games. I think that's unheard of, you know. And I think this result now, I think clearly spells the end of City's title reign. I think the fact that City lost at home, they let a 1-goal slip and then got beat 2-1. I think that's it for them for the league. I think they're gonna. They will get in the top 4. I expect them to get in the top 4, but as far as the league goes, I can't see them clawing that back. I think that's going to be between Chelsea and especially Chelsea win today. For me, I can see Chelsea, Liverpool. I think they'll go head to head for the title. But yeah, Man United needed that win. It was a must-win game, and to be 1-0 down and then to come back. Listen, it's as I said to you, man, I cannot believe it. I'm over the moon with that. I mean, and Amad, the guy we like me, just like many others have been saying, needs to be starting the game. He's come up trumps, man, against the reigning champions. And as I said, yeah, man, it's been a long time coming, you know. Boy, what to say, man? What to say? Mad. But yeah, as I said, man, just waiting for Lenz and for Alex to come on. Obviously, I'll get their take on it as well. But this is the time, this is the game that Amad's now announced himself, you know. And for those of you that doubted Amad, you know, obviously there was a period as well when Amad was going to leave the club because he wasn't getting game time. I think it's safe to say now the new contract's going to be on the way. Safe to say now that he's cemented his spot in the team on that inside right as a number 10. And it's safe to say that he's the future of the club. easily. Like, I know people will say, I know there's been talk of Rasmus and Garnacho, who we know are not good enough, and obviously Kobe Mino as well. I think Kobe Mino's got a role to play. I do like Kobe, but again, Kobe needs to find his space in the team. But Ama's the truth, man. Ama's the future. This is a guy who I believe can go on to become one of the best number 10s in the world in the system that Amarim is playing, for sure. He's got it all. Yeah, he's got the pace, he's got the skill, he's got the touch. Hey, Amad Diallo. Hey, Amad Diallo. Hey, Amad Diallo. Listen. I've been telling you guys about Amad Diallo. The boy has arrived. He's arrived.
You want to calm down before you get beaten up.
Bro, listen, I can't see you. I can't see you on the screen, man. What's going on? You're all dark, man. I can't see you.
The lights are on. Sadly,
put them lights on, man. Come on. We got to talk, man. We got to talk. Amad Diallo. I told you, man, about Amad. Listen, when you lot were talking, saying, well, I told you, lot, he's gonna be one of the best players in the league right now. He is, yeah. And when I told you lot about Amad Diallo, you lot were saying to me, nah, he's not that. He's not that. How many goals is he gonna get? This and that. Listen, the boy has got pure quality. Pure quality.
I didn't say how many goals is he going to get because I don't judge a player by goals.
No, that was Lenz. Lenz was saying that. Lenz was saying that about the goals, etc.
I was just more worried how many games is he going to get under Ten Hag, but we're not working with Ten Hag anymore, are we?
Listen, it's safe to say right now, yeah, he's the main starter. I told you he's the future. This guy just got undoubted quality, man.
Yeah, he's definitely a key player. He's our key player by far. He's the only one that's actually really trying. I mean, Højlund turns up in Europe, so I can't really complain with that, to be fair. But
bro, I don't take that seriously, man. Like he's got a couple of goals in Europe, but let's be honest with you, yeah, the quality of the opposition is what I look at, and it's not about Højlund today because my thoughts on Højlund. He ain't good enough, but the one thing he done good in that game was the pass to Bruno Fernandes, which Bruno Fernandes messed up. But apart from that, another poor game from Højlund, but. It's not about that. It's about the win against the rivals, and Amad Diallo has turned up. This is a guy who you guys weren't taking seriously, and he's shown why he's the future of this team. For too long it's been about Garnacho, it's been about Højlund, it's been about Rashford, Bruno. This is the guy, Amad Diallo. Diallo. Listen,
I didn't back Garnacho, and I definitely didn't back Rashford, so. We can't.
Well, listen. When I was giving Amad his props, yeah, you man weren't really backing it. So,
yeah, but your props that you were giving it were just a bit too inflated. It was just like,
bro, and I stand by what I said. You see me, yeah, I've got experience in playing and watching, and when I see certain players, I just know they've got it. Yeah, and I told you, man, about Amad. Yeah, don't look at the numbers, look at the quality of performance. Yeah. He has consistent quality. Yeah. And as I said to you, the more games he plays, the better team that Amarim puts around him with more creators in the team. You're looking at one of the best players in the world. I've told you that. There's a reason why they called him the Black Messi at Atalanta. It wasn't by mistake. Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Nowadays, man. You can't take that seriously, bro.
What did you think of the game anyway?
I thought it was dead. It was a typical dead derby game. Like, there was no spot.
I feel the same, to be fair. To be honest, go on.
Everyone's too friendly with each other nowadays, man. There's no one wants to really rip anyone's face off. No one wants to hurt anybody. It's just like, yeah. The only thing that makes you want to watch a derby game is the marketing before it, the build up before it, the visuals before it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is happening this Sunday. Yeah, I'll watch this. Come down to it, it's anticlimactic. I can't remember the last time I watched a good derby game unless it was from a lesser team.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think the quality itself, again, it was two teams that were struggling for a bit of form. Man City, I think that's That's 1 win in 11, which is unheard of. And to be fair, I think throughout the whole game they were great. And again, we're going to get onto a couple of their players in a bit because again, what I like about what's happening to football now is a lot of these players that were never really that good in the first place are now getting shown up, and it's great, man. So we're going to get into the Man City in a minute, but in terms of the game, I think quality on the whole was poor. And I think Man City, the way they've been playing, they were always open to the counter attack. And I was saying to myself that United are going to get a goal at least in this game because City in the past would just put teams away early, and that wasn't happening. And then United grew into the game. I think the first 10 minutes, especially United players, I think Bruno Fernandes, surprisingly, I thought he was decent. I thought he played decent in the first half. Nothing too spectacular, but I think in terms of him keeping the ball, he was a lot better. I thought Harry Maguire, man. I thought Harry Maguire was the best defender on the pitch.
Yeah, he can be good.
And
yeah, he can be good. He definitely has his moments.
Yeah, no, I thought he was best. I thought he was the best defender on the pitch, man. And again, this is a guy that really should be surplus to requirements. But when he's putting in performances like that, to be honest with you, you can't really leave him out. And he's now given Amorim a headache because really and truly, he can't be dropped for the next game because I thought he was that good. Lissandro was a bit shaky. I don't really trust Lissandro in the wide areas, especially. And I'm surprised as well that Pep didn't play Doku on the right to trouble Lissandro with his pace. I was shocked at that. I thought he might have put Doku on the right hand side to at least drive at Lissandro. De Ligt solid, you know what I mean? Obviously, De Ligt plays in the centre or on the right, and you know what you're getting from De Ligt, so there's no issues there. Midfield, I think Ugarte was all right. I think on the ball, Ugarte ain't that great, but I think in terms of filling the gaps and interceptions and stuff like that, I think Ugarte is that's why he was brought in for. Really, I thought he was all right. Again, Bruno was decent in the first half. Second half, he was poor. And obviously, because he's the penalty taker, he got the penalty. So people might ignore them, ignore the performance. But he was decent in the first half, poor in the second. Who else was there? I think Kobe Manu, when he came on, was all right. I think Kobe needs to be playing in the 10, not in the 8 for me. I think Kobe's best work is done in that final third. And then what's his face? Obviously, Mason Mount went off, and again, Mason Mount needs to be out of this club. The guy is on too much money. He was bought for a lot, and he just spent half his time injured, which ain't good enough. And then again, spoken about Ahmad already, and then Højlund for me wasn't that great. He played one key pass to Bruno, which Bruno should have scored. And that's that really. And then and Dallo was pretty poor, to be honest. I think the thing with Dallo, I think because Mazraoui's come in now, he's kind of shown Dallo what the level is, and I think Dallo's getting a bit exposed, especially obviously he's playing out of position as well. But I think that Dallo needs to be either playing as a right wing back, or maybe be moved on, to be honest with you, because I think he's not better than Mazraoui, and Mazraoui's up the levels in that position as well. So, and then the subs, obviously Anthony Xerxes that came on. I thought Anthony Xerxes were decent when they came on, But in terms of Man City, boy, I mean, I told you, man. There's a lot of talk about Erling Haaland, yeah, and I told you, man, Erling Haaland, when he stops scoring goals, people are really going to see that this guy ain't that good, And for one, have been saying this for ages. He's a goal scorer, really, playing in a team that create a load of chances. But when you're under the cosh like Man City have been, his general play ain't there. He's just someone that gets on the end of things. And to be honest with you, he didn't score today, and he was dominated by Maguire. To be honest with you, and Again, De Bruyne was poor as well, which is why I wasn't surprised to see him come off because he was shocking. I think their best player was probably Gundogan. Probably, I think Gundogan's probably their best player, and again, that's not the Gundogan that we remember. But I think on a whole, I don't think they were that great, man. To be honest with you, Man City. So, but yeah, man, I can't even express to tell you, man, how happy I am with the win, man. It's mad. Amad Diallo, man. Amad Diallo. So yeah, man, it's crazy. But what do you think of the news before the game?
What with Rashford and Garnacho getting dropped,
Yeah, yeah,
don't bother me in the slightest. Like, doesn't make a difference. Rashford don't do nothing when he's there. So what
yeah.
difference does it? And
No,
Garnacho's
of
got
course. But I think what
0
what was good, what was good is that this has probably been the first manager since Van Gaal that has standards, and the fact that um he's left Garnacho and Rashford both out of the squad. Because let's be honest with you, if this was Ten Hag in charge, both of them probably start this game, and United lose the game, in my opinion. So the fact that this manager has seen the light with these two players, whether obviously there was reports about obviously the manager come out and said about the training side of it as well and their attitude, which again people have been onto this anyway. But the fact that managers dropped them both from the squad is a good thing. And it's a sign of things to come as well. And for me, these two players now, they're on their way out the door, and thankfully as well. You know what I mean? So Ahmad now needs to be put at the forefront. And again, Ahmad has the qualities to sustain his level of performance, and that's all he asks for, really. You know,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, man, it's been a great Sunday, man. I can't even lie.
For
It's been a
once,
great Sunday, man. I did not see that win coming at the end, but
neither did I.
yeah, man.
I
Huh?
didn't expect it. I literally wrote in the group chat what just happened. So I was just like, what?
Yeah,
I was shocked. The penalty, I was just
yeah,
like, okay. And then the goal, literally 2 minutes later, I was just like, what? How was this just
yeah,
happened?
man.
But football in it.
No,
But
it's mad. It's mad. It's
this
mad.
this fall from grace that Man City are going through, it's got to be studied because I don't. It's crazy how one player, you lose one
You,
player, and all of a sudden, it's like you can't play football anymore.
you
And that's
know
why
what though? I don't really think it's one player. I think what's happened here. I think Man City have gone stale. I think because if you look at obviously a lot of their players are around like a similar age, and they're all aging together. You know, and I think you've got players that are out of form, players that have regressed. As much as a good footballer as Phil Foden is, Phil Foden's actually regressing. Like he's not gone to the level that many people expected. You know, he's actually regressed. Carl Walker's been finished for a while. Ruben Diaz is declined. Ruben Diaz used to be dominant, and now he looks like he's got a mistake in him. I like Gavardio. Gavardio's a top defender, to be fair, but again, he's amongst the team that are not performing. But I do think Gavardio's a top player. Obviously, Akanji and Ake didn't play, which they'll miss. Edison, again, he's been wanting to leave the club, and he doesn't look entirely happy there as well. Matthias Nunez is playing that position, done a job, and obviously it was arguably his mistake for the penalty. And then you've got Gundogan, who's aging. You know, Gundogan was one of the best players in the world, and now obviously he's someone that I wouldn't say Man City are carrying, but he's not having not much impact on the game whatsoever before when he was at Man City first time around. Bernardo Silva, I want to say Bernardo Silva, I think he's checked out at Man City. You know, this is a guy that is a technician, and to be honest with you, Bernardo Silva is more of a runner in this team. You know, and he gets played all over the place. And I think the fact that he wanted to leave a few seasons ago, I think you can kind of see that coming out now in his performances. Kevin De Bruyne, as I said, Kevin De Bruyne is finished. You know, he ain't got the legs no more. His influence on games ain't really there, especially in the big games. Erling Haaland's a passenger if he's not scoring goals. Jeremy Doku is poor. He's a hit and miss kind of winger. You know, he looks like he's going to be dangerous with his pace, but very rarely does anything. And then, as I said, with Phil Foden's regressed, man. So, you know, and then you got players on the bench, like players that I think should be starting. In Jack Grealish should be starting. I think Savinho should be in there as well. And yeah, man, their team's declined, man. And obviously Rodri's is their biggest miss, obviously, in midfield. But I just think a lot of their players, man, they've all they're either, I think that they're either declined or they're past it, really, and that's a shame. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Man City do, man, because January is coming up. Obviously, they've been linked with a certain someone, and I think he could be the spark that they need. To be honest with you, whether he goes there or not, I don't know. But I think for sure, Man City need to. They got to sign some players, man. To be honest with you, you know. So
May or may not save their season, but it's sounding like it's a bit like a Belgian team and a bit like people have been held there against their will. And
yeah,
no one's really be like, yeah, if I'm leaving, sort of thing. You've got to let me go. It's more like, no, you're. And I also think that Kevin De Bruyne has checked out. He's finished in the Prem.
I don't think he's checked out. I think he's finished, man. If you look at the way De Bruyne plays now, he used to have a bit of dynamism to his game, and De Bruyne ain't got the legs no more. Like his passing and that's still gonna be there, but his influence on the big games ain't really there no more because he ain't got the legs, unfortunately. And I think as well what they should have done when they got rid of when they sold Julian Alvarez, they should have brought in a replacement because, as I said to you, to just rely on Erling Haaland is a wrong mistake because, again, it's not like Erling Haaland has great link play. He hasn't got no link play, really. He's just a goal scorer. And when things ain't going the way of Man City, they need someone that they can bring on that's going to have a different kind of threat. And to be honest with you, they haven't spent the money to go and bring in that replacement. Whether there's an issue with the ban that they might have coming up, who knows? But I think they've not adequately replaced players that have gone out of their team, you know. But yeah, man, I think that's a title race done for them now. I believe it's between Chelsea and Liverpool, especially if Chelsea win today.
I don't even think Chelsea got the ability to sustain it, really. Well, then again, if
who's that? Chelsea?
If they sign another striker, maybe, but I don't
who's
know
that?
if they've got Chelsea. I don't know if they can sustain this. I think they'll.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you have to check with Chelsea though, is that they've got two teams, so they can afford to rest their whole 11 and be fresh. Whereas if you look at City, Arsenal, Liverpool, they're all in Champions League, so they're more or less going to have to play their best team all the time. Whereas Chelsea can just rest their whole 11 and use that 11 for the league. So they're in a strong position, Chelsea. And if they win tonight against Brentford, that makes them 4 points behind Liverpool, and they still got to play them. So
do you think that
they're in the driving seat, man? I'm telling you. And what Maresca's doing there, man, is good work, man. You know, he's got them playing some good football. You know, and a certain Jadon Sancho there, who this club decided to let go. Imagine you got Jadon Sancho and Ahmad in them 2-10 positions. Listen, yeah, it's just mad, but yeah, it's a good day, man, for United. Let's be honest.
Crazy scenes, but
day, man. So, but yeah, what you been saying anyway?
I've just been here chilling. You on a drink already because you got one?
Boy, I think after that Ahmad winner, man, I had to pour one. I had to pour one for that Ahmad winner. He's different, man. The thing is, I'm so happy for him because, again, this was a guy that was going to be at the door, you know, and again, I saw the quality in him from the get go. Even when he first come to the club and he had like a few brief cameo appearances, I could see this guy's got something. And then when he goes on loan to Rangers and then to Sunderland, you had Sunderland fans saying he's the best player they've ever had at their club. And this is a guy that was on loan for them for a season or two.
Yeah.
And they were saying he's the best player they've seen at their club. And again, if you see some of the performances he was putting in, you can clearly see why they thought that, And then come back to United, obviously, that clown Ten Hag, you know what I mean, was refusing to play him, and Ahmad had every right to say, look, I need to leave for the best of my career. And the thing is, Ahmad's what, 20, I think he's 22. Yeah. And he's now cemented his spot in the team, which is great to see. He's now going to be a permanent fixture under this manager in this lineup. So
yeah, but then my worry is when he gets injured, when he gets injured, what's our plan B?
No. But again, this is going to be part of the building. You know what I mean? I think what the main thing is in this system is that Amarim likes a left-footed left-footed 10 from the right as an inside left-footed 10. Yeah. So you go and buy profiles, and again, Ahmad is going to be the first choice in that position. Now, all I need to go and do is go and buy someone which is a similar profile to Ahmad to either compete with Ahmad, or say if Ahmad needs resting or gets injured, that player then slots into that position. Yeah. Obviously, on a team I done the other day, Quenda will be a great signing because he can play as the right-sided wing back inverted, or he can play as an inside 10 as well. Obviously Anthony as well. Anthony's given the manager food for thought as well, because Anthony can play in that position as the wing back. But yeah, man, it's just great to see Ahmad finally now been given his chance, and he's showing the quality he has. And he can only go from strength to strength, man. That's the great thing, from strength to strength. Yeah. So yeah, man, I can't even express to tell you, man, how happy I am, man, for him, because there's been too much talk about this Garnacho guy being the future when clearly he's not. And anyone that knows anything about football will know that this guy, how he managed to get himself in this position is just laughable, because he doesn't possess any quality, any of the fundamentals for a footballer that if you want to be a top player to have, and Ahmad does. And the thing is, finally we've got a manager now that basically sees that. And what's made it worse for a lot of these deluded fans, they're gonna now have to concede that Ahmad's the future and Garnacho's not, and it's nothing to do with anything other than Ahmad is just a better footballer, a lot better footballer. And if Man United want to get back to the very top, players like Ahmad need to be at the forefront. As I said, man, he's now cemented himself in the team, and Man United now can move forward, man. But yeah, there's still a long way ahead for United. A lot of work to do. But yeah, man, I think today or tonight, should I say, it's just about enjoying this victory, man, against City. Yeah, man, and obviously I think the next game is Carabao Cup against Tottenham. So yeah, and I'd expect United to play. I think United might play a similar team, I think, against Tottenham. I think Lenny Yoro will come in. Whether Maguire or what's his face, the Lick starts, but I think Lenny Yoro will definitely come in for the pace to deal with either Son or Timo Werner, who might play out there. But
yeah,
I think Ahmad will play. I expect Xerxes to come in as well. So yeah, I can't really see too much change. I think Kobe Mino might get a start. I think he might play a similar team to what finished the game today. So yeah, man. Say again?
Or at least I would like to see some youth players at least sit on the bench, but can't see it happening. I don't think we're
against Tottenham.
I don't think we're at that stage where we can.
But what youth players are you talking about? Who are we talking about?
I just like have Amas on the bench.
Bro, Amas is rubbish, man. Let's allow that. Amas is crap, man. He ain't good enough.
Ennis.
Who?
Ennis. He plays
Oh,
on the
Ethan
wing.
Ennis. Ethan Ennis, yeah.
There's another guy that literally just signed a new contract the other day.
Who's that?
Tool plays. He can play at left back or he can play left mid. It's half decent. I've seen him play live. It's not too bad. Yeah, man.
Again, though, look, a lot of these players, these younger players, they're not going to play, are they? Because it's a crucial game for United.
I mean, it is and it isn't. Carabao Cup is important, but at the same time, it's not important. It's not a detriment to our season. Like right now, we're 12th in the league. The league's got to be our main priority. Like I couldn't care if we went out in the cup, to be honest. Like
to be honest with you, I couldn't give a damn United win Carabao Cup or not. But I think Amarim's not going to play a he's not going to play a second string team against Tottenham. He's not. He's gonna play a strong team.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we're at that position yet to be doing those sort of moves. You know what I'm saying? We're not at Arsenal level or Chelsea level or Liverpool level where we could just mix up the team and throw in a couple youth players here and there and then bring them off and then eventually bring on some first teamers. But we'll see how it goes. Man.
Yeah. But, would you start Bruno in that game?
Nah, man.
No.
Let him sit it out, man. We'll let him come on.
Yeah. I think what it is with Bruno, there's been too much talk about United don't play well when Bruno doesn't play, which again I think is a lot of nonsense. I think if you was to play 5 games with Bruno not playing, I think you get a lot from them 5 games because again I think the fact that Bruno's there and obviously he's been made the captain, it's like you've never seen it without Bruno, and I think the team need to move forward without having this guy in the team and see how it functions, and I at least want to see it for at least 1 game to see how it goes, because this guy plays every week and it's and it's not like he's playing well. I mean, yeah, he got the penalty, but to be honest with you, the team just needs to be different without him in there. But I think for me, I'm looking forward to January. I'm looking forward to the summer because it'd be very interesting to see the kind of signings. I think first and foremost, Man United need to get players out. I think that should be the key aim because once you can get players out, free up some wages, then this is when you can start looking at targets. But there's quite a few players that'll be out of contract anyway. The likes of Ericsson. Who else will be there? So you've got Ericsson. I think all players like Johnny Evans, who are not really major, but I think Maguire might be coming up to it as well. I think definitely get rid of some of these players, and I think 2 big name casualties need to go as well. Obviously, the obvious ones are Rashford and Garnacho. Which for me them 2 definitely have to be at the club. And then the likes of Højlund and Bruno next season, if Højlund doesn't go, Højlund needs to be back up. I don't want to see this guy starting games because for me, Højlund's a better impact sub where he's got fresh legs. He can use his pace at times, but starting games, he ain't good enough, and he never will be good enough. That's just the reality. He doesn't possess the quality of a Man United striker. Regardless of how old he is, he's just not good enough. He hasn't got that quality. So if players like him can become bench options, then it ain't gonna bother me too much. But he can't be a main starter. Again, same with Bruno. How you get Bruno at the club will be difficult because again he's been given the armband. But I think Bruno's someone that will see himself at the team, And in the team I done the other day, again these are obviously hard signings to make, but someone like a Florian Wirtz, for instance, Florian Wirtz is the type of signing to play in the number 10 that Man United need to be looking at. Players of that quality. you know. And if you get players like that of that quality in, the likes of Bruno Fernandes become less important. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is what United need to be aiming for, you know. Even the Matthias Cunha, I like Cunha. Him in that inside 10 as well would be great, you know. Obviously, Alphonso Davies, as I mentioned the other day, as a left wing back will be unreal. But yeah, I think if you look at the Man United squad now, I think apart from the Ligt, I would say for me, apart from the Ligt and Ahmad, I think every other position is more or less up for grabs. I would say.
Yeah, no one's position is really safe.
Yeah, apart from even I mean Onana, I do think Onana is good, and United don't need to go and buy another keeper in my opinion. But for me, the Ligt and Ahmad, and you would say Lenny Yoro as well, but obviously Yoro hasn't played much. But for me, the Ligt and Ahmad have their places guaranteed for me in that squad. I would say Mazraoui, but the problem with Mazraoui is where does Mazraoui fit in? Because I agree, Mazraoui has to be somewhere in the team, but I don't know if I'm not sure if it's right wing back that Mazraoui should be playing or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tricky one, really. So yeah, but
I reckon he'll play it. Yeah.
huh?
He'll play. He'll play anyway.
What right wing back?
No,
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Leipzig are playing thingy, Frankfurt.
Chelsea playing now as well, isn't he?
Yeah, it's on now. No, I think Mazraoui will play anyway.
What channels are on the Chelsea game?
I don't actually know. That's a good thing.
Yeah, Leipzig and Frankfurt are playing. Yeah.
That was a great touch. I don't know if you just saw the goal.
Yeah, I just see the finish. Yeah. I want to watch the Chelsea game, man. I don't know if it's on TV though. I know Southampton are playing Tottenham. Why is that on TV? But yeah, I think So I think there's two players for me definitely that have cemented their spots, and the rest, yeah, it's up for grabs, man. So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting summer. It's definitely gonna be an interesting. He shows up for preseason and he doesn't.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think first and foremost, man, it's getting rid of some of these players for sure. You know, but I'll Tottenham 1-0 up. Yeah, but yeah, man, the flipping yeah, man. So I just look forward to this new season, man. New season to the summer, really. I think summer's when United are gonna get some business going. So
watching Rashford leave is gonna be interesting.
Say again?
Watching Rashford leave is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. You know what it is with Rashford. Yeah, Rashford. He's come to the end of his tenure at United. You know, he's not the player that they thought he was going to be. And again, this stems back from when Martial was there, because again, I said this from time ago. Rashford was never better than Martial, but the reason that's a goal. Good finish, Son, 2-0. Son on Min, 2-0. Great finish. Yeah. So the thing is, they tried to pit Rashford against Martial, but Rashford was never in Martial's league. But because Martial was more of a team player, and obviously them two actually played better together, these fans just wanted to, and the media as well, it was all about England, really. They wanted to just say Rashford was better than Martial because it's about England. Obviously, Rashford's from Manchester. So it was always, Rashford ahead of Martial. And then as I said to you before, what's happened now is that Rashford now has no one to kind of lean onto now, because Martial's obviously been forced out the club, whether it's been injury or criticism. Sancho was forced out the club. Paul Pogba, again the same. And now Rashford's by himself, in the sense of there's no one for this fan base to scapegoat. And what is the same thing as they've been trying to push Garnacho, and it's been to the detriment of Rashford. So, you know, it's like Rashford now is up for criticism, because it's all about them pushing Garnacho. And the beauty of it now is both of them are now surplus to requirements, really. And now Ahmad is the one that's come through, and he's shown his quality, especially today, man. So the way it's funny how things work out now. Funny how things work out, but I have to rate Amorim, because the fact that Amorim had the balls to drop both of them from the squad, this would have never been done under Ten Hag, you know what I mean, or under Solskjaer. And now he set a standard, you know. And to be honest with you, them two don't have the quality to sustain. That's a goal, 3-0. My God, it's 3-0. I thought them are taking the piss. 3-0. It's Kulusevski. This man just getting sacked as well today. 3-0. You know? Huh?
Is it the West Ham manager that got sacked, or was it the Wolves manager?
No, Wolves. Gary O'Neill. He's actually a decent manager, a decent coach, Gary O'Neill. But I think this Russell Martin will get sacked. It's 3-0 inside 13 minutes, and this the way the game's going, it could end up 6. But yeah, I was saying. So I think the thing with Rashford and Garnacho, because they haven't got quality, it's a case where they can't sustain form to get themselves back into the team. You know, the only way they get back into the team is through pressure from the media, from fans. But Amorim's just shown that he don't care about that, and he just drops both of them, which is great to see, man. So, yeah, man, I couldn't be happier, man, because it's about time a manager comes in and does this, you know. And for me, obviously, it's a good start. Obviously, there's a few players there that are not good enough as well that need to be out there. But the way it's looking at the moment, man, you can't really complain. Can't complain at all. So yeah, man, good. But
for me, it's just body language that just says it all, man. It's just zero.
Who's that?
Rashford's just zero effort, man. No matter what he does or what he tries, it's just zero effort.
But the thing is though, you can't really blame Rashford too much, because I blame a lot of the fans, because a lot of the fans made him think that he was that good, and he's never been that good. You know what I mean? This was a guy that wasn't even making noise in the reserves. He got given a chance, and then they just ran with it because he's from Manchester, and United just needed a savior in their eyes. But Rashford's never been that good. He's just been a good Premiership player. But they thought he was special, and he's never been special. And again, that's been done by a lot of these fans. And now, when it's time to criticize him, now he can't take it, because he's always been up there, heralded by these fans. And yeah, man, it's just. I mean, how they gave him that big contract doesn't make any sense, you know. But
you know exactly why he got that contract.
Yeah, all you can do, man, it really is just blame these fans, man, because they're the ones that made this stupid decision to think Rashford was that good in the first place. So, but yeah, man, it's good. It's good to see, man. I think Amorim's going to be the guy, man. You know, once he gets his own players in, you know, we can start seeing some better football as well. I think the fact that again with Ahmad, the fact that he's playing Ahmad shows me the type of football that he likes, because Ahmad never was given a chance under Ten Hag, or even under Oli when he was there. So the fact that he's more or less he's an automatic starter now under Amorim, it's a good sign. So That's all we can ask for, really. And Ahmad's producing. You know,
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
like oh, good ball. This Tyler Dibbling, man, he has to be signed as well. He's a top player, man. Top player, man. They need to be getting players like that. Tyler
Yeah,
Dibbling,
man.
man. Yeah, good player.
English.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna shoot anyway. But yeah, anything you wanna add on to it?
No, I agree with everything you said. It's
Yeah,
not like a really that's negative because it's all facts. Like,
yeah,
we had our good win. It's time to see what we do now.
yeah. No,
See
I
what the
agree,
outcomes
man.
are.
I agree. So yeah, man, we can enjoy this evening tonight, man, and just salute to Ahmad, man. And then yeah, look forward to the game on Thursday against Tottenham. Obviously at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think that'll be a tough game. But I think United have every chance to win it if he depending on what team he plays. But yeah, man, we look forward to that.
Is it on TV?
Say again?
On TV?
Sorry, you're breaking up.
Is it on TV?
Yeah, it's on TV, man. It's on Sky Sports. Yeah, I think seven. I want to say 7:30.
8 o'clock kickoff then.
Yeah, 7:30. But yeah, man, I'm gonna shoot him. I want to watch this Chelsea game. But yeah, man, I'll catch you in a bit anyway.
Man. Have a good evening, bro.
All right, man, take it easy. No.